The conduct of the Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale in the National Assembly today is worth an impeachment motion. And I think MPs have a solid ground. There is absolutely no good reason for Duale to continue serving as the Health Cabinet Secretary while he cannot stand to explain and to defend, or rather, tell the country what exactly he's doing in that ministry that is rolling the affordable housing, that is rolling the social health authority, the SHA scheme. And in this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, I know you've seen the dramatic scene exchanges between CS Duale Kibagendi and Cynthia Muge, the Nandi women rep. I have taken time to go through that footage and also captured what the standard journalist who was inside that room has reported. And in this podcast, I'm going to demonstrate to you how Duale choreographed that drama to evade responding to the questions that were needed. That was a shameful act, to say the least. If you're watching this video for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel. I also understand that there is a significant number of subscribers in this city of Nairobi. But then let me tell you, out of my viewers in Nairobi, in Kenya, Nairobi is leading by a whopping 44%. And if you're in Nairobi, part of Nairobi viewers, and you've not subscribed, by way, kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. I am still reminding you of an appeal to help discharge Mzee Peter. As I had mentioned to you, Mzee Peter underwent the operation today in Kenyatta Hospital, and the good news is that the operation went successful.
Guys, so tumefika hapa, mzee amefanya operation, so tunaendelea ya sawa. Mzee tunasema ni asante sana. Tunashukuru sana. Hayo nasikia sana. Sasa kesho kitu kimebaki ni kutoa mzee, alafu aelekee sehemu za nyumbani. Naona kwamba dunia mfanyio ya hapa hii kitu inaitwa incision.
There is only a pending bill to help offset of around 60,000, and our plan is to make sure that if you can mobilize that until tomorrow, so that Thursday morning, Mzee Peter Osera is discharged. If you're hearing this for the first time, what happened is last week, Mzee reached out to me kwamba he had blood stains in his urine, and that was a very delicate condition. So I made plans and he was taken to Kisii Hospital, where several tests were done and they confirmed, they actually said that his left kidney ilikuwa na shida. But I decided to sought a second opinion and was brought here in Nairobi, where he was admitted in the Kenyatta National Hospital, where further tests were done. And it was confirmed that Peter's condition needed an urgent surgery. And that is why I've been appealing for you guys to help us. And we thank God that the surgery has gone successful. And that is, we really thank God for that. So what only remains is how he can be discharged on Thursday morning, so that he can also find his way home. And I really want to say thank you very much I asked you for responding. Watu nasema hapa kidogo kidogo hujeza kibaba. Let's just finish the last bit so that we close this project tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, Aden Duale walked into the Parliamentary Committee on Education to address critical issues that were affecting the SHA. And what was a session to explain to the country and respond to this spiraled into chaos, watering down the public interest in the subject matter. And whenever he was asked questions, he was just playing games left, right, and center. I look at what the Standard captured as part of what Duale was supposed to respond to. And I would just want you to look at that so that you see the significance of that parliamentary session that really turned now to be a big joke for the CS to play games. This is what the committee wanted to see, and please just pay some attention to this. He had been summoned to respond to questions on payment of arrears to hospitals, SHA's digital operations and empanelment errors, standardized registration, premium financing, inclusion of vulnerable groups, strengthening ICT systems, fast-tracking dispute resolution, and equitable reimbursements for ambulance and referral services. These are the questions that Duale was supposed to respond to. But from the onset, immediately he walked into that room, he started profiling MPs, telling them that some of them just have interests and they have hospitals, and that is why they are asking some of those questions. And this drama ensued when MPs felt like Duale, who is seeing himself as too big and someone who had served in parliament for 20 years, and was telling the others that he should not be asked questions because he's a senior most member of that assembly of parliament. And the MPs had no business of pushing him to the corner to explain.
Well, the information you are using to steal from Chair.
Honorable Kibagendi, we are this. He's the one who should behave himself.
He's the one who should behave himself.
We'll ask you, you made your point. Leave it there, let the chairman proceed.
You proceed, don't allow him to chair this meeting.
I am chairing this meeting, Honorable Kibagendi.
You are intimidated by this man.
I'm not intimidated. So let this exchange not between me and you. We can actually ask you to leave.
I can actually leave.
It's okay.
I can actually leave.
It's okay.
You can't live by borrowed values of the Municipal.
You should not be this. You should not be this committee. I will write to the speaker.
You write to the.
We will write to the speaker.
Produce evidence that are on our. You are the one who should not be in this ministry. Your company is stealing from SHA.
We will write to the speaker. You should not be in that committee because of conflict of interest.
Honorable Kibagendi out.
You cannot be in this committee.
Escort the Honorable Kibagendi out.
Yes.
You are living with borrowed values.
Order, Chair.
Now, Honorable
let us proceed.
Honorable Chair, you know, the shouting match has been perpetrated by Honorable Kibagendi and the CS. It is utterly unfair for you to send Honorable Kibagendi out and have the CS stay here. Because there were the two of them. It was a shouting match between two people. It is unfair for you to send one member and leave the other party of shouting. You cannot do that. It is unfair.
Let's take the next step on that one.
Here is here no one.
Let's take the next step.
Nonsense you're bringing to this country.
Honorable Kibagendi, that's fine.
You should not be this way. Where unaibia?
Waziri, proceed and read your answers, and now do not interact directly with any other member.
Who are you? You think you can?
Chairman, we will write to the speaker. This gentleman should not be in this committee because of conflict of interest.
I have
Going to
Let me take this. It is not in your place on how this meeting is conducted.
Thank you, Chair.
Now, go and read the word you have allowed you to read. Do not make any comments or any direction of any nature.
Thank you, Chair. We will tell the
Proceed.
what is right.
Proceed.
But Chair, I agree with you.
Proceed.
Where your committee member.
And that is where the exchange with Kibagendi happened. I've reviewed that video, and Anthony Kibagendi really was demanding that. He just says, and they were now feeling like the CS was actually intimidating, was bullying them. It did not want to respond. Now, from this is where this drama started. After this, Kibagendi walked out. From that video by Kibagendi, something comes out to me there. And I think Cynthia Muge is asking it. Why Kibagendi is being chased, and Nyikal, the Sema West MP who was and is the chair of the health committee, was looking soft on Duale. And it's true to what Kibagendi is saying, kwamba he was just playing on Duale's ball. This whole thing did not go well. And the other members of the health committee, including Chuka Igambang'ombe MP Patrick Munene, walked out, and that is the vice chair of the committee. And also, they were MP, not Patrick Munene is Chuka Igambang'ombe MP, walked out from the committee. Then there was Professor Wako Jaldesa, Moyale MP, Moyale constituency MP, also walked out. Jaldesa is a senior doctor in this country. Senior doctor. Actually used to work in Kenyatta. I knew him some time back. Then, so the ones who walked out were Jaldesa, Patrick Munene, and Anthony Kibagendi. So the committee three remained. That is, they were MP Martin Owino, the Nandi women rep Cynthia Muge, and the chair, who was Nyikal, Dr. James Nyikal from Seme, one of the biggest minds in health. If there is someone who can be picked, should be picked as a health CS, is that gentleman, Nyikal. But the conduct in that committee is a different story. Now, walipobaki watatu, Duale demanded that the session to end because there was no quorum. According to him, Akasema, he said because the others have walked out, so he wanted that session to end at that point. And that is why I'm realizing that hakuwa anataka hii kitu iendelee. Now, when he demanded that the session to be stopped, or rather to end at that point, Cynthia Muge, the Nandi women rep, challenged him that he is appearing there as a CS and he did not have authority on dictating about the operations of the committee. And from that point, he picked another fight with Cynthia.
She's a junior member, down to a ranking member.
Point of order, Honorable Chair. Point of order, Honorable Chair. I do not feel safe right now in the presence of the Honorable CS, who keeps imputing improper motive on my term, whether first or fifth, it does not matter. I am here legitimately, and he cannot continue taking swipes on me.
CS Duale insists that some members of the health committee were targeting him due to the closure of their private health facilities.
Nobody can bully me, particularly when you are conflicted, when you have facilities.
Point of order,
and some of the
Chair.
members of this committee have facilities.
Point of
if
order,
you want me to name
Chair.
them, I will name them and I will give it to you.
Point of
and
order,
they should
Honorable
not
Chair.
be this committee.
Honorable Chair, it's a defensive mechanism for the CS. He is the chief intimidator, and he claims that you're intimidating him so that he can intimidate you.
Me, I fear no one.
Let's take the next
This
step.
nonsense you're bringing to this country.
Honorable,
Munaibia watu hapa.
This nation as an executive member, it is a choice he needs to make in the way he makes his submissions while in this committee.
Chair, the only arm of government I cannot serve is the judiciary, because I'm not a lawyer. I can go back to township and win.
Waziri,
I want to tell
you are going out of order.
I can
I've
win
had
and
it
come
is
back
me
here.
who is making decisions.
Yeah.
Proceed. I've told you to
You can't
proceed.
intimidate me.
I've told you to proceed.
She's a junior member, don't to a ranking
You are
member.
in order. You cannot
Point
describe
of order,
members
Honorable
as junior.
Chair. Point of order, Honorable Chair. I do not feel safe right now in the presence of the Honorable CS, who keeps imputing improper motive on my term, whether first or fifth, it does not matter. I am here legitimately, and he cannot continue taking swipes on me.
Remember, the minister is out of order, and we asked him to proceed. We have taken note. Minister, withdraw those statements. And Minister, as a chair, I'm taking exceptions to your conduct. I'm taking exception to your conduct. So you are withdrawn, so proceed. You are withdrawn, proceed. There's nothing you're informing anybody's sister about.
Yeah, let me withdraw. But I'm also the Minister for Health for Nandi County. Yeah. When there's a problem, I'll go there.
Proceed. Those diversions hurt Kenyans.
No, Chair, but you must also weigh in on your members not to attack
Chair, point of order.
members of the executive. We have a right when we come to the compound of Parliament. And I've seen ministers attacked here. And I've lived here for 20 years. I will not allow somebody can only attack me within the reading of the standing orders. Nobody can bully me, particularly when you are conflicted, when you have facilities.
Point of order.
And some of the members of this committee have facilities.
Point of
If you want me
order.
to name them, I will name them and I'll give it to you.
Point of
And
order.
they should not be this committee.
Okay. From these two instances, you can clearly see that Duale did not go to that parliament to respond to any question. No. He didn't go there to respond to any question. Number one. Number two, there seemed to be an attitude of entitlement. Like, wezi niuliza, mimi nimekuwa parliament, I have underwent impeachment, wezi niuliza. You know, yes, and I agree with what that women rep is saying. He's playing a victim, but in real sense, he's the one who is feeling like I'm above these MPs. But it's not that, it's like he has some protection somewhere. If anything, this is what I wanted to do. And he went there with some informed position. Now, there is the question he's raising about MPs having hospitals. Is there a law that stops MPs from investing in hospitals or schools? I know MPs who have hospitals. Bob Owino has an hospital in Kisumu. Yes. So the question here is not on someone owning an hospital or whether he owns an hospital na hospitali yake SHA imefanya. No. If you look at those factors, the question is about SHA. As to whether an MP has an hospital or a school, to my end, that was not an issue. That was not an issue. And even if it is so, then kama reasmatments, kama kuna challenges kwa SHA, those challenges are not only in private hospitals. They're also in public facilities. And the answer was not going to probably just satisfy the MPs who have hospitals there. There are some other Kenyans out here, and that answer belonged to them. But Duale, if you ask me squarely, this is an impeachable conduct. Yes, if someone is looking for an impeachment ground, this should be documented and one day be brought. In fact, me says the end side, says he support Duale. Just read, this writer is saying something I want to show you about what is conduct. This is not me. This is this standard writer. He's saying, Duale has previously been accused of intimidating anyone who questions his actions, from MPs and the media to the general public. On several occasions, he has convened press briefings but barred journalists from asking questions. On some instances, his aides have been seen forcibly grabbing microphones from reporters after he became agitated by questions about the gaps in the SHA. There are several gaps in SHA, but whenever he's asked question about it, he becomes very agitated, as if it's a private property. You know, it's like you don't want to be asked, you don't want to give an answer. And really, some people, and really these are talks in the corridors, some people really wonder what exactly is wrong with it. It is a high time for state officers to understand that they are answerable. They're actually exercising donated power. I want to believe Duale is not the first. He's not the first cabinet secretary, and he's not going to be the last. We've had Anyang' Nyong'o, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, in that docket. We've had Kagwe in that docket. We've had several others. He's not the first, he's not amongst the best. And I think if you're given a public office, your work, you are answerable to the people of Kenya. And because we're in a democracy, with representative democracy, the MPs represent us. So if you go there and for you look at these MPs, you say, this one has an hospital, so he's asking me this because of that. Really, we are missing the point. Even if he has an hospital, and Duale is fond of giving names. You know, I remember after the attack in Garissa University, he said, you know, I'll give the names of those who did this. To date, he's never given names. So in everything, he's always threatening that I'm going to give names. Now in that session, he was saying, I'm going to give names of MPs who have hospitals, who are owning hospitals. What's the issue? Is there anything wrong with an MP owning an hospital? What is wrong is an MP doing business with government through that hospital. That is where they draw the line. But if you show us he's having hospital, so show us conflict of interest. And you see, that is a sideshow. And all that, and by the way, akitoka, akakuja sasa akakuja into Facebook page. If you check the CS Facebook page, there are always almost 10-page document there. I don't know who's going to read all that. He had an opportunity to explain himself to the country. He had an opportunity to explain himself to the country. Now, after doing the drama and failing to really address those issues, he went back now, produced all these almost, a huge document in his Facebook page because he knows that Kenyans are lazy and Kenyans won't read that. And it will not be effective. So if he wanted to give feedback, the platform was that parliamentary committee where cameras are there and Kenyans are following and reporters are going to take it. Who is going to report what is posted in his Facebook page, by the way? I want to play this video from Turkana, where there is a lady here who confronted security officers there, security bosses there, about some activity there.
Sisi wapigaji kura ndio viongozi, senata ni mwakilishi, gavana ni mwakilishi, MP ni mwakilishi. Mtu mwenye ajui sheria ndio anasadanganya. Umesimama hapa ukituambia kama ni njaa, kama ni chakula. Leo oria ni wengi hapa. Sisi kama Waturkana tutaki hiyo chakula yenye unasema tumejaza mahali. Pelekea oria wale wamejaa hapa, ama upelekeo Pokoti kwa sababu ndio watu wako. Kwani sisi ni watu wa kufunikwa na gorogoro moja ya chakula kila siku? Tunasika na kutupia na kupea gorogoro moja mahindi. Sisi hatutaki chakula leo. Peleka hiyo chakula la mnyeusi, peleka Kambikaraya kwa sababu ni area ya watu yako. Sisi tuliaibika ile siku tulisika KPR. Na mimi kama mama nitaomba Mungu asinipe mtoto kijana mwenye ataandikwa KPR ama mwenye ataandikwa askari yeyote. Kweli siku hiyo ndio nilijua bwana DC unatudharau kwa sababu ndio chama ni haroi. Unatudharau kabisa. Yaani unatuma KPR 4 waende wasike KPR mwenzao mwenye ameuliwa na ule mtu mwenye wewe unamjua. Kama ni mtu ya security, kama alikuwa mtu alikuwa na uniform ya serikali, alikuwa anafanyia serikali kazi, alikuwa na bunduki ya serikali. Mimi ile aibu nilipata hiyo siku ni kwa vile mimi nilitoa namba ya OSPD kwa simu yangu, hata yeye mwenyewe anajua mimi ni adui yake. Hata yeye mwenyewe anajua. Ndio huyo hata anatingiza kichwa mzuri. Kwa sababu kuna siku ameniuliza, hata amenipata hata kwa station. Nikileta ripoti ya Pokoti, ananiangalia hivi, hata angekuwa na bunduki angenipiga risasi. Ndio huyo anakaa. Kwanza akaniuliza, "Wewe uko hapa?" Hata nikipoteza maisha kainuka, OSPD ndio ataniua. Ile bunduki ilirudishwa kwa OSPD. Ndio ilikuwa kitu ya muhimu kwako. Lakini ule mtu wetu wenye sisi tulisika, haikuwa ni shughuli yako. Senator, maaskari wenye wako Kainuku wote wanadharau wa Turkana namba 1. Oh, ukiwa ndani. Usifikiria tu wewe hakuna. Na Moita akiwa ndani, Gavana akiwa ndani. Ile kitu maaskari wanaongea saa hii, mimi sijui ile kitu inaficha tangu saa zile. Ukipeleka ripoti kwa hii station, unaambiwa mwende muite viongozi wenu wakuje wawasaidie, kwa sababu viongozi wenu wanatudharau, walikuja siku ile kwa station kututusi. Hivyo ndio vile askari sasa hivi wanaongea. Askari sasa hivi hata kama mtu atakukatakata na paka, roho peke yake iende kwa station na wewe kupia huko, roho itembee kwa station, iseme mwili yenye nilikuwa ndani imekufia huko, roho itatumwa enda leta hiyo mwili mpaka kwa station. Hakuna askari ataenda. Chairman, mimi ndio nilikuwa nasomewa na county commissioner ya West Pokot huko ngambo, ya kwamba huko ngambo sio ya Turkana. Kwanza akaniuliza mnatafuta nini hapa, unasimama hapa kama nani? Lakini ile swali mimi nataka kuuliza ya kwamba mbona mtu anasema kitu na nyinyi hamwezi kufuatilia hiyo kitu mpaka mwisho? DC amesimama saa zile amesema ya kwamba ngambo sio area yake, na kila siku anasemanga hivyo. Hata hospitali anasema sio area yake. Juzi nimeonyeshwa hata na maaskari ya polisi hapo, nimeonyeshwa masimu ya kwamba wakaniambia mwisho yenu ni sesi ndio mwisho yenu, ipite kwa ofisi MCA, alafu ipite Kainugalis, hapo ndio mpaka. Bwana DC, kama uleto Kainuku, kama uje mpaka yako, ruka daraja uende kwa mpaka yako West Pokot, kwa sababu ile kazi unafanya inamata na West Pokot. Ile kazi hospitali anafanya inamata na West Pokot. Na wacha nikwambie Senator, atumemberesani. Unaona vile sisi tunapangana kwa hii kiti. Sisi ndio tulipita katikati ya meza tukakupeleka kwa ile kiti ile. Ni wewe unakaa hiyo. Na kama hiyo kiti haitoshi kutusaidia, weka kando hivi, uache sisi tuteremke kwa rais, sisi wa mama, kwa sababu rais yuko nyuma ya hiyo kiti hapo.
This is what is happening. That is why I feel you just need to be collected, because yes, Kibagendi also really Kibagendi got out of hand really, but I feel even everyone in that committee feels that Duale did not go there prepared with the answers. If you look at those things, I don't think the things that he kept on saying, I'll come and respond next time, let me go and prepare. Let me go and prepare, and you were given those questions. You can't be given questions. When you go there, you ask, then you say, I'm going back to prepare. I used to have a friend called friend Tebi Otieno. So Tebi tukienda interview, ukienda kufanya mtu interview, watu wanasemanga, so niandikie hizo maswali, alafu ni prepare, alafu rudi kesho, alafu ni jibu. So we went to interview DCC. So DCC akatuambia, nyinyi muandikie maswali. Then she told DCC, hii ni kazi yako ya kila siku unafanya, unataka kuprepare nini? Hizi maswali ndio hizi, tunaweka we were working in the radio, tunaweka recorders, you give us answers. I liked the audacity and the shots with the nation. Now, why Duale staged this SHA drama? It's because of these 3 reasons. The first reason, there is some deeply entrenched corruption loopholes in SHA, and the cartels do not want to expose them. There are big loopholes there. I'm telling you, I work in this area. I always receive some cases unapatanga watu wanataka wasaidiwe critical health. Remember, foundation does that, and that's why we're helping the issue of critical health. So hata hizi vitu sasa tunafuata SHA, unafaa tusaidie. Yani, if you're not just keen enough, there's so many loopholes. So many. I can tell you so many. Myself, I've worked with these people. I've established so far now almost 6 loopholes. Maybe need to a parliament to explain. Duale probably just demanded some soft landing, and he was not getting it. He wanted some soft landing. Remember the other day the president was complaining that MPs are soliciting money, extorting money. He did not get it. The other reason, I think it's either, and it is, the CS does not understand the cog of that ministry. The cog of that ministry at the moment is SHA, and it doesn't understand that thing. I think if Parliament wants to understand SHA, you should stop calling the PR officers. Cabinet secretaries are PR officers. They are not, you should actually, not even PS, you should actually go and summon directors of departments. And the director of the departments to come with the people that are doing the real thing. Kama kuna mtu amekaa chini akifanya approval, sawa anafanya kwa hiyo digital, mwenye akona the digital software ICT, that is the person that should appear in Parliament, not the CS. Because the CS comes with a lot of suckers. Comes with PR, with a lot of ego and a lot of entitlement, and does not want to be told, does not want to be asked. The people that should actually, and they should be left free, say, you're going and you say this. This issue of, if I want to get an answer from the ministry, I must get the CS, then the CS comes there and just starts playing games. I think it should stop. If you want to know the truth and not to explain, let the CS be there. Na akaye hapo na mtu anafanya hiyo, kama ni SHA. Kwa hiyo ministry, kuna mtu ndiye ako at the center of SHA. Even if he's a director and he understands, that is the person that should come and tell the country. Because remember, this explanation is part of boosting the trust of the public on what the government is doing. Otherwise, the charade in Parliament about CSs appearing is simply a PR exercise that should not waste precious Parliament's money, Parliament's time. Thank you.